Hi folks, and welcome to this week's Skippy track guide at the beautiful Donington Park. Really nice circuit, one of the few circuits I have actually been to. Really, there's a few corners around here which if you get it right you're going to be way quicker than everyone else, particularly turn 4, the kink, just the corner before that you see on the screenshot here. Turn 1 seems to be the most important for lap time, as you're on full throttle the quickest, and the last chicane is very tricky as well. Let me show you the lap time, even though you probably can't see it because the webcam's in the way as always. The lap time we'll be looking at is a 1:17.214. I have seen a 1:16 around. I've only seen one. I could probably get there with a bit of slipstream, but yeah, this is the one I'm showing you, a low 1:17. Track info you can see right here, 64 Fahrenheit, which I think is the lowest that iRacing actually goes, so quite a cool track. Setup will be in the description below. But before we get into this, I want to know what you'd rather watch. So next week, the Skippies are at Nordschleife, the Nürburgring, the long one. Now, I think, if I can remember correctly, last time they were there, I think the lap time was about 8 or 9 minutes. So did you want to watch maybe a half-an-hour video of corner by corner, me waffling around what I'm doing, points of interest, avoid that, hit that, blah, blah, blah? Or did you want, like I do at the end of most of these videos, is where I show the lap at full pace, and I'll waffle over that anyway. If we're looking at that one, probably looking at about a 10-minute or 11-minute video. It's quite a unique circuit because it is it is the longest in iRacing for sure. So let me know what you would rather watch, if you want the longer, more in detailed one, or sort of the one that will be, you know, full pace and me freezing certain points of the replay to show you what I'm doing. Let me know in the comments below. That'd be great help, and whatever you guys want I will make. So let's get rid of that little rascal and get into the track guide. Right, so we just crossed the start finish line and basically bring the car over to the left hand side. Turn 1 is a tricky right hander that we need to get a good exit of, because we're on throttle for a hell of a long time after this. So we're going to nick a bit of the blue, a bit of the pit lane exit, so be careful of cars. These poles on the left hand side, just as they pass my monitor, that's when I'm slamming on the brakes. Straight line, down into second gear, roll the car in relatively gently, and then we want to start building up the throttle as soon as we can. The important thing here is avoid this curb here. It's got a horrible bump, unsettles the car, will push you wide. So back into third gear, full power now. We can use a bit of the curb, don't use any of the dirt, there's a horrible off track out there, but basically accelerate down the hill. Turns 2 and 3 are basically just trying to minimize the steering angle and keep up your maximum speed. Donington is going to be a difficult track to overtake. You're going to get a good slipstream down here into turn 4, which you can see right at the bottom of the hill there. This is turn 2. Turn 3 is the left-hander just coming up. So you're going to get a good slipstream. I change into 5th before turn 3, this left-hander, just so I can get everything done before the corner. You're going to be on the tail of people coming down here, but going through this kink too wide, I wouldn't advise it. Coming into turn 4 now, it's a very tricky braking because there's nothing around the track. So generally, when I'm about 3 or 4 car lengths away from the curb, I start braking down to the 4th, balancing the brake and throttle, turning the car in gently, and you can nick a tyre in this highlighted zone, but don't go too far to the apex. You can get an off track, and my steering angle increased because I don't want to run wide. There's an off track out there which is horrible. I think it's really unfair, to be honest, on a fast corner like that, but these are the boundaries we've got to play with. Up the hill now, coming under the bridge of turn 5. These like turns 2 and 3, just minimizing steering angle, straight line it as much as we can. Turn 6, coming up here, the left-hander, is purely to set up turn 7. Turn 7 is a lovely, I'd say, fast corner for the Skippy. You can cut the curb quite nicely, but it's getting the braking zone right. Good overtaking opportunity here, and just as we come off the curb and pretend the back of my car is off the curb, that's when I start braking down into the 3rd, and just roll it in again nice and easy. You don't want to be pushing the car, you don't want forward drifting, you don't want sliding. We can nick a tyre onto the green grass just to cut the corner a little bit more, but basically we want to focus on exit, power as early as possible, and easy on exit. We can use the grass. It's kind of like a mound to lean the car against, but we don't lose too much speed on the dirt. Turn 8 is a horrible little corner. It's blind and unsighted, and basically when that little sign on the right hand side, when I can see the arrow, that's when I start braking. Down into third and roll the car in again. We can cut this, but not too much. There is a slowdown of I think 1.5 seconds, so if you're not confident, avoid it. If you're running wide, you need to bring back your braking point and turning point. You want to stay nice and tight here if you can, minimize the track distance and minimize the steering angle. And basically this little straight here, if you get a good run at a turn 8, you're going to have a good time coming into the last chicane. This is going to be overtaking opportunity, and it's going to be, I would have thought, a lot of crashes, to be brutally honest. It's a bit of a straight where you can get a good slipstream, but ultimately the chicane at the bottom, heavy braking zone, you can go through there too wide, but it is quite tricky. Again, annoyingly, there's nothing on the track to indicate where to brake. The markers on the right hand side are for the actual other half of the course, because there's a chicane left and right instead of right and left. I use these blue barrier things normally at the fifth one. As it disappears from my center monitor, that's when I start braking. Down to third. If you're not too confident, down to second. Absolutely smash the first curb, ignore it, imagine it's not there, and try and minimize impact on this curb. That's why if you're a little bit not confident taking that much curb, brake a little more, down into second, nice and easy. You can use a little bit of the exit dirt, but again you're kind of losing straight line, and basically straight line the start finish straight diagonally to turn 1 again. The start finish straight is quite a way away, so if you have got a person up your jacksie, this is going to be another overtaking opportunity into turn 1. But there we have it, across the line about now of a 1:17.214. As I say, the full speed track guide will follow. Hope you enjoyed that. Catch you on the next one.